And welcome back to another episode of Underdog Podcast. Hope you guys had a good weekend, good few days off, wherever your work calendar is, wherever your work life is, wherever your schedule is. Hopefully you got some rest in and enjoy yourself and enjoy your friends and family and all that good stuff. Now, today I was going to talk about some, like I typically do, some news articles, things that's been going on in the world. Obviously, I've been focusing more on cryptocurrency, more on the money because, well, you need it, right? Well, we all need it. If we want to live in this world, in this modern world, monetary system, gotta understand this money, right? But I was thinking, I, I have conversations with friends and family members and stuff about cryptocurrency, and this has been going on for a few years now, since I've been really diving into all this stuff. And typically, when I talk about it, people just kind of look at me like, "Oh yeah," are they hear some they heard negative news about it, where there's money laundering or all that stuff, or cryptocurrencies won't really last, or the money is not, or it's fake money, or it's gambling and stuff like that. But I understand something. Crypto market, stock market, it's the same thing. Actually, crypto market really is not evaluated the way it should be. It should be based on utility of the assets as opposed to speculative market that it is right now. It's a Ponzi scheme because there's a lot of pump and dump schemes with these cryptos and stuff. But and even this title, I have it labeled digital assets because that's exactly what you should be investing in is digital assets, things that are property assets that have some type of utility. Often talk about XRP, XLM, all these different things that are associated with large financial institutions, banks, also government or government entities, United Nations, International Monetary Fund, Bank International Settlement, uh, what is it, World Bank, right? Yeah, World Bank, something like, yeah, those people, World Economic Forum. So when you're gonna invest in these digital assets, it's facts over feelings, right? And you gotta get away from your emotions. Like all this trackable money, all this stuff being accounted for. They knowing what your transactions are. They collecting constant data on you. Of course, I don't like that shit, right? Like that's just sound. That's just screams uh abuse, or it screams like a potential abuse of power to have all that information on someone. But the fact of the situation is, you gotta accept reality sometimes. And yeah, we want to go about changing different things. Maybe we have our own set of quantum financial system here in America that's separate away from everyone else, and we can stay sovereign in our own digital money and our own digital dollar, and that way we can still interact with other countries and world trade currencies and foreign exchange markets and stuff like that. Hopefully that happens, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way, I'm trying to position myself for me, my family, my kids, my grandkids, my great grandkids to not necessarily have large amounts of money, but have some type of wealth in a sense of low debt to income ratio. Right? I'm not trying to have a huge amounts of debt because if your income is higher than your debt, you're sitting pretty well. Financial freedom is the goal, where you're not constantly checking your bank account because you want to go out to eat, right? Where you can take a trip and it's not so much about money, but it's more about, all right, when are we planning this trip and what time are we planning this trip for? That's what we're trying to. That's what I'm trying to do personally. And my thing is, I feel like obviously with the podcast, I often talk about I have to share this information. Something that's always been in me where it's like you can't just hold on to this to yourself because it's to me it's selfish. It's selfish. Can I go off and just make all this money on my own and not tell anybody about it? Yes. But would I feel some type of way? Yes. I would look down on myself as not being a good human being that I want to try to be. And see, this is the thing that financial institutions, people in Wall Street, people who know and understand money, they see it as a club. That's why you often hear the rich keep getting richer. It's because they're in the club of money and they understand how to make money and they understand how it works and they understand it's all a game. And they're not necessarily trying to teach other people. They might try to enlighten other people, but they're not really trying to really help other people out because they're looking from a perspective of, hey, well, I got my money. I mean, if you're not close with me, I'm not trying to help you get your money because why would I tell you what I got to make money? Because if I tell you and you tell someone, and then that person tells someone and goes on and on, that means we're all making money and stuff. And of course, for a lot of people that are into money, guess what? They're selfish. So they're thinking, no, I'm not gonna tell you how to make money and stuff. I'm gonna keep it to myself, so I can make money. And the only people I'm gonna tell about making money is people that I can make money with. Why often I think it was a BBVA. Is that Spain or Italy bank? I forget which country. But for them to have, I think Bitcoin futures trading or something with cryptocurrency, but they're not gonna open it to all the customers. They're only opening it to their private customers. So you know what that means. They're ones with a higher net income or net wealth. Excuse me, in a higher income class because they know those people understand money. They know those people can help them make more money. See, a lot of these digital assets and cryptocurrency, which is technically basically the same thing, is that a digital asset can be used as a currency. Cryptocurrency can be some form of digital asset. But the thing with all this stuff is they don't want us regular retail people to come in and break up the little party that they got going on. It's a game. And I want to talk about this because over this past weekend, you've been seeing this crash in the crypto market. And I know people are probably freaking out. Don't worry, I freak out too. But this is where you stay the course, you stay calm, you pay attention to the research that you've been doing, and this is where you accept the facts of the situation. It's a game, and the main, let's see, I want to phrase this. The biggest key to winning this game is patience. Patience, handling your emotions, doing your research. Those are the three key elements. Because if you sit there and look at the markets, you'll be like, oh man, it's time to get my money out. It's time to freak out. Oh, what am I doing? But if you pull back and see the bigger picture, you'll see crypto is up like 300 some percent overall over the past year or so. Either way, you're still making money, right? And depending on when you bought in, for a lot of these crypto assets, you're not going broke until unless your asset gets down below 10 cents or something like that. Then you might want to freak out. But even then, man, these are buying opportunities. Uh, I'm still trying to get my money more situated, which pisses me off because I wouldn't feel this way if my money was a little bit more situated or not situated where I wanted to be at for me personally. But I still try to buy, even if it's just a small amount, few dollars here, $10 here, $100 there. Even if it's a small amount, I'm trying to just buy it as much as I can because scoop up when it drops low like this, scoop it up. Cause pay attention to what you invested in because that's what it is, an investment. And you don't invest in things off speculative means. Like it's not gambling in a sense because you're not just playing. You're not sitting there trying to play the odds. Nah, you're doing your research. You're paying attention. You're trying to understand how the world is really operating and works. There's a lot of distractions going on right now, right? Everything is distraction, and there's distractions within distractions, and some of the things can be important. You talked about before. You have the audit in Arizona. You got an audit in Georgia. Seems like there's going to be an audit in Pennsylvania. Clearly, if anybody's been paying attention, there's nothing surprising right there. The election's been rigged. All your elections been rigged in the United States of America. You actually think they're going to let you vote? They don't even want you to have money. You think they're going to let you vote? But, we do it sometimes because it feels good or maybe, hope is irrational. Let's be honest. Hope is irrational. So you put some emotions into it. Whatever happens, happens. But what you're seeing right now is crypto markets. Now is the time where crypto assets should be up high. And it's not even a bull run because of the market and the trend and all this other bullshit. Everyone's pumping out money out the ass. Right? A lot of these countries having stimulus and stuff like that. You see the digital euro being talked about, the digital yuan being talked about, Russia moving away from the US dollar, China, Hubei crypto exchange is eating up a lot of XRP and stuff like that. All these moves are being are being conducted behind the scenes. Yet digital assets are down. Cryptocurrency market is down. I've seen stocks are up this morning. And what even blows my mind more is gold went down. Inflation was like 5.4 or something percent for May. I think I looked up on, I think it was Market Watch I seen the other day. You tell me inflation is up? And inflation is temporary. How is it temporary in the United States when you keep having these stimulus checks and stuff, man? Where do you think this money is coming from? And now they're talking about an infrastructure bill? Who's paying for this shit? We know who's paying for it. The tax dollars, man. Tax dollars. They're going to increase the prices of everything. It's not sustainable. And they know this. They know this. But see, this is why financial literacy is not really taught in the American education system. It's why it's hard to find a college program or university that has an actual college degree program for economics, financial markets. Taught about before. The most you can get close to is accounting. It's wild that it's even like this. Because you talking about, it's a game, it's only for them and stuff, and it's rigged. Of course the game is rigged because they created the game. But doesn't mean you can't figure out what they're doing. And they see that they can't really stop all these crypto assets because it's the internet of values, the internet of things. It's all interoperability and connectivity. That's what it's about. That's what we're moving into. You can't be talking about trying to colonize Mars and explore the solar system if you're still running on paper currency. That's not a thing, man. That's not a thing. You can't be talking about Elon Musk and what was it, Blue Origins with Jeff Bezos and stuff, talking about going to space and all that other stuff. What you gonna carry that cash into space? Intergalactic is what we're trying to do. Everybody wants to move to that next level of human species and the technology and all that other stuff. Cash is not coming along with it, man. It's not. It just is what it is. And they're gonna talk about it's more feasible and it's easy for transportability and internet value, transporting money at speeds of light through the internet and all that stuff. Cool. But what it's about is what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do as far as overall species and also controlling and monitoring all the money. Right? It's getting everyone online to a monetary system. Because what happens when everybody's worried about money all over the world? Easy to control and manipulate the population. It's easy to have socialism and communism with government handouts. When you have a digital wallet sent, you can circumvent these banks and stuff because banks are outdated technology. Right? Right? I mean, there's outdated technology. You have some banks that only have an actual branch. And it's hard to deposit cash. You got to send an envelope. Like, what, you going to send cash in an envelope to deposit? No. This is where we're going at. So when you talk about investing in something, the idea is to invest in something that you know will have higher value on in the future. Right? So I talk about cryptocurrencies, digital assets. It's not about the price of it is today. It's about the price that will be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5, 10, whatever, however long it takes. Because if anything, you invest and just hold on to the shit. Hell, the fact that you holding on to it and everybody starts holding on to it, the value increases there. Well, once again, if you pay attention to what you're investing in for all these digital assets, you know that you have an actual asset that has some real world value. You're investing in a blockchain or a distributed ledger technology. Guess what? It has some actual value, right? It has actual value. Companies around the world, institutions around the world are using it. The things I invest in, hell, even with Shiba coin, it's a meme coin, it's a joke coin, but yet they're still trying to find some way to give it value. Because they know a lot of these cryptocurrencies, if they don't have value, they're gone. It's like 10,000 cryptocurrencies. And if you've been paying attention to this space and you understand what's going on, only about 25 probably will actually last. Maybe, I think at best, 100. But even in that case, there will have to be something where they all can interact with each other. Where you have the Flare network, Flare finance, decentralized finance. It's not coming, it's here. All this stuff is being built behind the scenes. Digital dollar project. They've been working on that shit. It's nothing new. I think I've seen European Central Bank talking about how it's better to have digital payments because it's more secure and all this other stuff. It's already here. They're just gonna break it out on us. I said expect some type of crisis event to move this years ahead, because that's the only way they can go from something that'll be 5 years away to being tomorrow. And if you think I'm crazy, just look back in the past or future. To help you back in the past or future. That made no sense. Just look back in the past to kind of help you dictate or help you understand what's going to happen in the future. It's a recurring trend, man. So now the time is invest in these things, but it's treated like any other investment. Treat it like you invest in Apple stock because you saw the first iPhone or you heard about an iPhone coming out before it came out, right? And you invest in these digital assets because of the organizations around it, because the people involved in it, the partnerships that this digital asset and the organizations have with it and stuff, and how they're using it. That's all you got to do. But it takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of ability. It takes the ability to handle your emotions. There's plenty of times I look at the market, and I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Let me just take my money out. Yeah, let me take my money out. I made a good amount. I'm good. It helped me get some things and stuff. So fuck it. But I had to constantly tell myself, no, no, no. Remember, you're in this for the long run. Remember, this is a 5-10 year plan. Remember that you were just gonna keep collecting and hold on as long as you possibly can. And that's the idea of it, because it's not, you want to have a good amount, but at the same time, if you know what you're investing in, you don't even need that good amount. You don't need tens of thousands of a certain token or a coin or whatever. You might just need 1,000 of it. I mean, one Bitcoin right now can get you $30,000-$40,000, right? You just buy one and you just held on for the longest and just wait to a certain point for you to cash out. You'd have got your money off of one. Now, not to say all these digital assets will go to a absurd price like Bitcoin has, but Bitcoin is another Ponzi scheme. You can call it what you want. I know it's supposed to be liberating and free money and free the people, blah blah. That's all marketing. That's all bullshit. Ponzi scheme. All right, they tell everybody don't get in Bitcoin, and meanwhile these institutions are buying it up and stuff. And once they're done with it, they'll have everybody else will have a few satoshis or whatever, and here you got most of nothing or whatever, the regular retail investor, and they got all the huge amounts or whatever. I think I've seen Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy. I think he bought like 100,000 some Bitcoin during this past weekend over the dip and stuff. So don't be surprised. And you know what? Even if this cryptocurrency is a bubble, it's gonna pop, right? Just like the .com bubble, it popped. But you saw what came about out of it. That's why you have Google, right? That's why you have, I mean, Yahoo is still struggling to be in there, but it's there. But that's why you have Amazon, eBay, PayPal. I mean, these things came out of the .com bubble and stuff, man. That's why they're there. Some of these will survive. And you gotta figure out which ones will survive, and that's where you have to do your own research. You have to sit down and pay attention. I get it. Not everybody's into that type of thing, right? This is my personality. I like to sit here and read up stuff, and it's funny because I always felt like I never was a person. I never liked reading, but I had a teacher, which is funny too because she was also like my age, but she was my literature teacher, and she was talking to me, and I was like, I don't like reading, but I was like, I read a bunch of facts and I did stuff in investments and different things and knowledge or whatever. She's like, well, that's reading right there. It means you do enjoy reading, just not like entertainment and stuff like that as far as reading stories. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I do. I just love to sit here and read about stuff. I love to acquire knowledge. Knowledge is power. The more information you have, the more it helps you determine to make certain decisions. But I know that's not for everybody. But at the same time, if you want to make money and you want to sit comfortably, I don't know what more of a motivation you need to sit your ass down and research and read some stuff. Instead of watching that TV show, I don't know. How about you hop on and read a few articles and stuff on Twitter or just on your regular news search. I don't know. Download a CNBC app, something like that. Anything to figure out this money stuff. Because like I said, you don't have to be an expert. You just have to know just enough for your level of understanding and able to and empower yourself to make your own little purchases. Right? I don't have to be a money manager for somebody. I'm my own fucking money manager. I don't have to be an expert to help everybody else out. I just know what I did and how I can make a little bit of money. And if I share what I did, I mean that's all financial advisors doing, right? Sharing. Are they? Well, I'm not gonna say that because they might be sharing some of the stuff their person's doing, or they might just be going along telling you what to do because of the company that they work for. See, they might have some type of bias means because they're trying to get you to put their money into it. But the window is closing on all this. I was telling a family the other day, like the window is closing on all this because you can tell, like you can tell as they keep talking about crypto and Bitcoin and all the negative news and stuff. Meanwhile, the positive news just kind of get washed away and nobody really knows about it and stuff. It's just there. It's not on a continuous cycle. Keep seeing this ban cryptocurrency in China. They've been doing this shit for years. I think I just retweeted an article from the Digital Asset Investor showing that article back in 2013 that are banning cryptocurrency in China. They always banning something, man. Doesn't matter. These things are manipulated, right? Everything's manipulated. If your education is manipulated and false, everything that you know is false. You don't think the money, the markets that you look at, the charts and stuff, you don't think that's manipulated? These prices going up and down for no fucking real reason? No real reason. And it seems like they just constantly just release these random news things, and it's like that's not enough to knock down the price of a Bitcoin or crypto market. There's no reason for that, right? It seems like the popularity is at an all-time high, and even though adoption might not be fully up there, it's better than what it's been in the past few years. It's no longer a taboo thing. Now people kind of perk up their ears and get a little interested when they hear someone talk about cryptocurrency, even though they might think it's gambling or they might think it's whatever. They still know that there's money to be made. So why are these markets going down? And let alone talk about all the stimulus checks and stuff like that. We know the dollar's going down. Russia is not using the dollar anymore. They're using the euro. Okay, like you think they'll be the only country, right? China's been buying up a whole bunch of gold and stuff. Like, what do you think is happening? But a lot of people don't pay attention to stuff, man. Instead, we want to talk about, what's going on in celebrities' lives. We want to talk about alleged sports things. We want to sit here and talk about gossip within our own personal relationships, family, friends, stuff like that. And all that stuff is whatever. That's cool. But everybody complains that, they don't want to work the rest of their lives. They don't work themselves to death because it is a thing. You can't work yourself to death. That's a literal thing. Happens probably more often than we want to realize. You don't want to spend all your life working away, and if you, unless work is something that you enjoy doing. Technically, I work every day because I'm always investing and doing different trades and stuff like that, making some type of money every day. Also losing some type of money every day, but technically, I work every day. Something I had to come to realize that I didn't even pay attention to because I'm looking at the long-term picture, right? I'm looking at the long-term picture. Now, I wanted to show some stats. This is from Finder.com. Look like the article was updated. Okay, it was updated June 14th, so that's good. It was fact checked. What the fuck? Like, okay, it says a rising number of Americans own crypto. It says it's been an exciting year for cryptocurrency with the rise and fall of Bitcoin and skyrocketing fame of meme coins, Dogecoin, and Shiba. Ponzi schemes. Ponzi schemes. Like I said, I'm a little speculative on that, but it wasn't. The Flare network made me kind of get more, buy a little bit of it. I'm not gonna. But then again, it don't even cost that much to buy Shiba. I mean, I think you get like $20. You get like 700, 600, 800, 500, some thousand coins like that. Anyway, but there's a quadrillion Shiba token and stuff. But I think Battle of Bitchin, the founder of Ethereum, I think he burned some and stuff like that. But it says that hasn't stopped Americans from investing. In the last year, the number of Americans who own cryptocurrency jumped from 7.95% in 2018 to 14.4% in 2019 to 23.16% in 2021. So 23%, right? 23% of the population. I mean, this is a survey in itself, so the real numbers, who knows what the fuck they are. It says a survey is at 2,059 participants. So based on those estimations, 23%, it says roughly means 59.1 million Americans own some form of crypto. Now, here's the catch, though. Because as it's saying those numbers, it says how invested are Americans in crypto, right? Because if you go on these kind of this observational study based on this survey, 2,059 participants, right? It's saying 59.1 million Americans own some form of crypto, but it says of those holdings, a type of cryptocurrency in their digital wallets, the average total in crypto is $1,003. So that means people are probably just throwing some money around, inexperienced, unknowing, probably because they seen a TikTok video or something on social media. Oh yeah, you should get this Dogecoin, blah blah. Or you got a little Bitcoin. Oh yeah, man, I got a little Bitcoin. I can tell because when I talk about cryptocurrency and trading, so I can tell people kind of look at me or they listen to me and kind of like, they probably think I'm into a little bit of this and no. And then I say, hey, I've been doing this for some years now. This ain't no, oh yeah, I put a little over here. No, this is real shit we talking about. Right? This is real shit we talking about because the window probably will close at some point for regular retail people like myself and like you and I and others to get in and make a little bit of money. Because like I said, no matter what we get, we're still making crumbs. Because probably at the most you can get is a few million. You're not going to get billions unless you just been chucking all your money away at it, which I highly doubt. But you're going to get a few millions. And if you made billions, IRS somebody's coming for you anyway. So they're not going to let that shit happen either. It's just how the game goes, man. Once again, if you make enough money to buy yourself a car, buy yourself a house, right? Pay off, make sure you have no debt, and you still keep a steady income, even if you retire and your income is staking cryptocurrencies or maybe just having other stocks and diversifying your portfolio and stuff like that, maybe investing in real estate, you're good, right? You're good. That's the whole point. You don't have to make billions and billions or millions and millions of dollars. You just gotta have enough to have financial freedom and live comfortably. And it's like, this is a huge opportunity. This is a huge opportunity. That's what they call the greatest generational wealth transfer in modern human history because it's a chance where you can make this money in a sense that they've been shutting off the doors to everybody. But they can't really shut it off because of the internet, right? Because everybody can hop online and see stuff, but what they can do is make it fucking hard on you mentally and emotionally, right? Because you can download an app, get on Coinbase, you can download Uphold, you can download Crypto.com, you can download Binance.us, you can download all these different exchanges on your phone, and you can on your internet, on your computer and stuff, get these accounts and trade cryptocurrency and make some money. But for majority of people, they just probably got a few. They're not actually paying. They're not actually trying to invest. They're not actually trying to accumulate over the long haul. If the average total is $1,003, I don't know what the fuck to say about that. That's actually kind of disturbing. I wouldn't expect it to be huge amounts, like tens of thousands of dollars, but a little bit more. That means you're just buying, and if the price goes up a little bit, you're just selling some, right? Or you're not really holding. You're not actually paying. You're not taking it as an actual investment. Excuse me. As far as a long term, you're taking it as short term investment. Ha ha ha. This is funny. This is cool. Whatever. Get out. It says, however, roughly 3/4 of respondents actually held less than this amount. Get the fuck out of here. So, fuck. So 75% of those 2,059 participants hold less than 1,000. See, like I said, it makes you really wonder who's actually holding on to this cryptocurrency. Because even when I'm on Twitter, I'm like, who's actually in this shit, right? Who's actually investing in this and holds on to this stuff? Let me finish what else it says. It says, which is probably why the median amount of cryptocurrency in our respondents' wallets were more modest, $191. $191. You're not gonna get nowhere, which means that people are buying stuff like Bitcoin and Dogecoin, which I'm kind of picking down here. Americans with crypto have an average of $1,003 in crypto, but a median amount of crypto, blah blah. So it shows a little chart here. It says most popular cryptocurrencies. It says visual and data. Okay, just all right. Just the way the chart looks. Fucking genius right here. I am. So it says percent of crypto investors that hold each type of crypto. 66.7% hold Bitcoin, which Bitcoin is right even right now at 33,000. How many people have more than one Bitcoin? For the most part, everybody, these people just, as far as retail investors, just Satoshis, right? Less than a Bitcoin and stuff. They probably threw $100 at it. They probably threw maybe a few $100 at it, and then it goes down. But then you have Dogecoin at 28.6%, Ethereum at 23.9%, Litecoin at 19%, Binance Coin at 13.8%. And I'm gonna stop right there because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So top 5 cryptocurrencies, digital assets that are being held are outdated technology. Mine is Binance Coin, which is interesting in itself because it's almost like a security, whatever. And governments, the Binance is kind of, it's Binance, whatever. I mean, they're out of Malta. They moved from China, so like that. I mean, they make their money. I would say it's kind of not shady, but not circumventing government either. It's just they're not almost the same as like a uphold or regulated, more like a Coinbase or anything like that. At least in the United States. But yeah, whatever. And Binance Coin is just a coin on the exchange. So instead of using some other cryptocurrency like an XRP or XLM, they're using their own coin to facilitate their buying and their trading and stuff within the exchange itself. Those top 5 coins that are held right now ain't shit. Dogecoin is a joke coin, meme coin. We know that and stuff. Whatever. It's trying to have some value now and utility. It's a fork, a Litecoin. Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, and Ethereum is Ethereum. And Ethereum is proof of work, trying to transfer to proof of stake whenever it's supposed to transfer to proof of stake. But it's decentralized finance, and there's a lot of different things built upon the Ethereum blockchain, whether it's forks or whether it's the ER20 tokens and stuff like that. But what I want to point out is not profitable, not actual financial investments. And this is when I talk about when I was saying that money and people understand money only recognize other people that understand money, and that's who they know they can make money with. Because looking at this shit alone makes me feel like, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel like, God damn, everybody, what the fuck is everybody doing? They're not actually doing their research. They're just throwing some money out because some articles or somebody said something or somebody know, oh yeah, I had Bitcoin back in 2010 and I made some money and stuff. No, man. Do your actual research because stupid ass. I like how they did put it in there. It's wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just realized something. They have Ripple on here at 8.9%. So 8.9% of crypto investors in America hold Ripple. And then 7.7% hold XRP. Look how this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about because if you didn't know anything, if you didn't do your research and know about a lot of these cryptocurrencies, you would see shit like this and you'd be like, oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can find Ripple or something like that. You would be thrown off with it. Like, oh, Ripple is 8.9%. Well, how much is a Ripple? Well, what's a Ripple? Well, Ripple's not a cryptocurrency company. And then you go to XRP. Well, I don't want this. This is not an actual token. This is just a security or stock or whatever going on with Ripple. See how they set that shit up? That's a blatant lie. I didn't even realize this. This is a blatant lie. Ripple and XRP, there is no Ripple. in cryptocurrency. There's only XRP. That's it. Ripple is a company separate from XRP Ledger. That's it. XRP Ledger is literal open source public blockchain. But look how they got it situated on here. As if it's two different entities in the sense of cryptocurrency trading. There is no Ripple cryptocurrency. There is no Ripple digital asset. There's only XRP. That's it. The token that goes on the XRP ledger. And see, you have to do your own research because people do not actually want you to make money. And they look at regular retail investors as if we're fucking stupid. We don't know how to handle money. We don't know what to do with money. So they just sit there and be like, oh yeah, they don't care if we get the crumbs off the table. Man, I'm glad. This is wild because I didn't even see that before. I kind of just scrolled through the article before the show. I didn't even pay attention to that. That's wild. That's wild. But it proves my point exactly. There's so much disinformation out there, so much misinformation when it comes to digital assets, cryptocurrency, because they don't want you guys to make money. Because they want to make more money of it. They want you to go to them for the service. You can do it right now on your own, but they don't want you to do that because it might sound complicated. Sometimes when I explain to people, they're like, oh, this sounds a little complicated. I was like, it sounds like it, but that's the whole point. It sounds like it. It's not actually complicated. You just got to get past the terminology, get rid of the bullshit and get to the real meat and potatoes of the situation, of what you're actually trying to get into. Uniswap, that's under Ethereum. Chainlink, it's under Ethereum. I don't know if it's under Ethereum or not. But guess what? XRP is about 66 cents right now. Tether, why you have Tethers? Tether's a stable coin, and I don't even think Tether is actually backed by, it's supposed to be pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar, but I don't think it's actually really backed by any US dollars. Who has Tether? That's not an investment. It's a stable coin. It's not an investment. Come on, man. What are they talking about here, man? This is what I'm talking about. Cardano. It's ADA. Cardano's a project. Ethereum. Ether is the token itself, but Cardano and ADA is a token on a Cardano blockchain and stuff. That's 10.3%. It's fun because you never heard anything about Cardano until it shot up past over $1. And now all of a sudden people are talking about Cardano, yet those of us in the space been paying attention to Cardano for the past couple of years. I wish I had accumulated more. But when they shut down Binance for us US investors, and then they open up Binance.us and stuff, I was like, man, it was the place where I was getting my Cardano from and stuff. And a lot of these things throughout the years have been shut down. These exchanges have been shut down, the exchange rate, these apps and stuff like that. There's so many times I had to go about 5 to 6 different things just to get one asset, or to switch it and trade it around, or swap it and stuff like that. But now it's so easy now. You go on Coinbase, create an account, show your identification, register and stuff. Bam, next thing you know, a day or two later, you can invest in cryptocurrency. Hell, they offer you fucking free crypto on there, right? They offer you free crypto. You know how many times I had to watch their videos and then took that crypto, invested and swapped it on the exchange itself to something else that I want, I don't know, like an XRP, and then let that go up and I make a little bit of money. There's literal free money out there because it's all about adoption. They want to push you towards, and they want to push you towards certain coins, and it's marketing, it's advertisement too. But they have Tether on here that 7.5% of crypto investors hold Tether. You're not a fucking investor if you have Tether. I don't know what to tell you. You're not a fucking investor if you have Tether. Right? That's wild. I can't believe that's even a thing. Polkadot is, I forget what it is. I forget how much the cost of Polkadot is. And some of these stuff, it ain't cheap. Right? So this just shows you that while you're investing in Bitcoin, you're not going to have real returns. Right? You're not going to have real returns. And the next article kind of shows you how you can make the money on it. But you got to look at it in the sense of investments and return of investments. How much you're going to get back on your return for investing in it and holding on to this asset and then selling it for a profit. How much are you going to get? You're not going to make that much ROI on Bitcoin because it's so high. You're only gonna make a huge investment when you're able to purchase hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, millions of a token. And the only way you're gonna be able to do that when it's under a penny. So your best bet is to be an early adopter. When I got more back into it, when I really focused on digital assets in SEC, my fault, I just got a notification of video upload from digital asset investing. But when I got back into when I really got focused into digital assets in 2017, I tested out Litecoin because my goal was to test out with something that has the price value was high. It was like $40 at the time, but at the same time, I didn't want to have anything higher than that. It was enough where I just want to buy a few tokens or whatever and just see how it goes, right? And more or less, I just went with something in the top 3, top 4, top 5, just because it was on Coinbase. I just wanted something where it was already established and stuff like that, just in case. It was it was low risk, right? Actually, it wasn't really low risk. It was more or less it was where I was comfortable at, right? Because I just wanted to see how this kind of goes and kind of pay attention to the trend and stuff. Because I just if it went up a little bit from $40 to like $50, I was gonna sell anyway. I just want to kind of get my feet wet and really kind of get an understanding of this before I go after the smaller assets and stuff with less than a dollar or whatever. Because my goal always been to always being like penny stocks, things around a dollar, something that you can scoop up a bunch of. Because if it's under a dollar, you scoop up a bunch. All I gotta do is go to $10 over the next few years, and you got money in your pocket, right? You got more than enough money. And I did that with Litecoin, and then it had the run up of the bull run in 2017, beginning of 2018, and then I made a decent return, $2,000, and I was like, okay, all right, all right. I think I got my feet wet. I was like, all right, I know what I'm doing. Now let me really get into this. Let me find something that's cheaper. And this was back when you had people on YouTube and stuff like that, but you had different little things, but I had to do a lot of research. I had to read up a lot of this on my own. That's why I like it anyway, because I don't want to take someone else's word for it. I might hear people ideas and stuff, but I got to focus on my own thoughts. Excuse me. But after that, then I found XRP and I found Ripple. I knew exactly what they were doing when they talked about it. And I was mad because I'm like, if I had known about XRP in 2017, I would have been a millionaire in 2017. Because the second I saw XRP, I saw Ripple, and I saw they were using XRP and what they were using it for and what the use case of it was for. Because a lot of stuff seems to be about payments, but it's more than just about payments too. But cross-border payments and what they're trying and what they're still trying to do and what they actually have been doing, I already knew those scenarios and stuff. Especially talk about foreign nationals that are in other countries and so like that, and they're sending money back home. I experienced that with people that I knew in Guam, locals stuff that lived in Guam that worked on base, the Air Force base, or even at the Navy base that worked there and send money back to people in one of the other Marianas Islands, or even people they were from the Philippines, so they send money back in the Philippines. So I knew what it was to send money back and how much it costs to send money and stuff. Even like using Western Union and MoneyGram and stuff like that, which Ripple ended up partnering with MoneyGram, I think a year ago or 2 years ago. I think that partnership is done now, or something like that. But I already knew what that was about. So I seen it. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this is. This is an easy investment for me because I understand the issue in which they're trying to solve. It also takes some real world experience that you have to apply when you're investing in these things. But this is wild to me because that's all it takes. But it takes the will, right? It takes the motivation, it takes the emotion, and it takes the knowledge, and it takes the understanding and the patience of it all. But to see that majority of people have Bitcoin, and even with Dogecoin being like 30, 20 cents, something like that, they're like 28, 9 cents, something like that right now. All right, it's fine. But what is the real use case? Like, what will make this go to $10? What would make this go to $100? Because they call them meme stocks because they know there is no real long-term value in this. You can get money in the short term, but there's no real long-term value in it because you don't know how long this asset or this investment, this company, or whatever is going on will be around based on not only their own balance sheets and their financials, but also based on, does it have any actual value, right? Is anybody actually using this? Litecoin, Dogecoin are on the Flare network as F assets. So being able, you're gonna be able to, I think, stake those and I forget where else. I want to talk more about the full Flare network when it launches and stuff. I'm still learning a lot about that myself. But this goes on to show you more of the more men than women have digital assets or cryptos. Uh, Majority of them are millennials, Generation Z. I don't know the fuck they define Gen Z, millennial, or Gen X. I don't know who the fuck those are. I don't know if I'm a millennial. I don't know if I'm a Gen X. Doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't even fucking matter. It says, why we own crypto? We use a coin as a form of investment. The most common reason, the vast majority of people choose to invest in crypto, so much so it's a reason cited by 68% of respondents who say they own cryptocurrency. That's an estimated 40 million Americans, whatever, blah, blah. Using crypto as a form of payment is the second most common reason. And using crypto is to store their savings outside traditional banks. That should be a thing right there. That's part of me why I did it too, because I was like, hey, I'm not getting no money in my savings account having this and stuff. I'm not getting no real return on my investments. And let me put it somewhere else. And it's not just crypto. Invest your money. Invest your money. Cause yeah, you want to have something in savings account for emergencies and stuff that you can access. Oh man, I don't know why I said that wrong. Access real quick so you can pay off things wherever it happens in a case of emergency. But if you don't put money away for long term, invest it. Like, oh, you can lose your money and stuff. Your money is getting lost anyway, sitting in the fucking bank because the US dollar ain't shit. It's going down. It's not backed by anything, bro. It's not backed by anything. It's not back. Hopefully everything changes. If something happens and we get certain people in office or where the case may be, or somebody pull a head up their ass and all of a sudden we back our money up by gold, because gold is valuable, because we use gold. Gold is in your body. Gold is in your electronics. There's a lot of use cases for gold. So it has some type of physical, tangible reason to be used. And you can use it as a store of value and part of currency, but it has the biggest issue, transportability. But this is interesting that they have this and stuff. So then in this article, this is from Daily Coin, which is whatever. I never heard of this before. It says, how realistic is it to become a millionaire from crypto in 2021? And this article is from January 2017 of this year. It says cryptocurrency has made thousands of millionaires, blah, blah. It says, okay, 5 ways people have become crypto millionaires. It says, while many people are familiar with people like Charlie Sherm and the Winklevoss twins, I don't know who Charlie Sherm is, the Winklevoss twins. It's funny, they count them as crypto millionaires, yet I don't understand how come they just make their money from Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, Facebook, right? When they part of that Facebook creation. I never watched the movie. I don't trust those movies. They tell whatever story they want to tell, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're part of that. It says they made it big by investing in Bitcoin when it sold for next to nothing, blah, blah. So here's one out of the 5 ways. Early investment in digital asset. Notice how they call it, when they said investment, they said digital asset. Meanwhile, they're saying cryptocurrencies in the rest of the article, right? Do you see how? Because when you're really talking about actual fundamental investment in the sense of real financial terms, it's a digital asset. It's not a cryptocurrency. That's what you're trying to invest in right now, in digital assets. Asset being the key. I said this is perhaps the most popular way people have become crypto millionaires. That's the most way you can. Try to get into something early. People always talk about, oh man, if I only bought Amazon stock early, if I only bought, this stock early in this company or Google or whatever, Alphabet Inc. rather, something like that. But they keep that off for private investors and credit investors. So your net worth has to be at least $1 million, or you have to be some type of financial stockbroker. You have to have a license and stuff. I was looking this up the other day. It pissed me off. You have to have a license and take an exam and all the other shit. Or you have to have a net worth income of $200,000 or more for a $2 consecutive years, or you and your spouse have a net worth income of 300,000. So right there alone, right, it cuts off the middle class, cuts off the working class, cuts off the poverty class. That's why the rich keep getting richer, because it's like a little club. Hey, you know how to make money? Cool. Come over here. I got something for you. You give me a little bit of this, we can make a bunch of money together. You can have your profits, I have my profits. You do it all the time with your friends and family members. Hey, I got an idea. That's what people do, man. It's human nature. It says former United States Marine Jared Kenna is a great example. Jared invested in Bitcoin during his infancy when one BTC was around 20 cents, and he roughly bought thousands of BTC, which is, I was trying to figure out how to do it way back then. And I gave up too easily. I gave up too easily because I knew about Bitcoin literally since the beginning, and I gave up too easy. I tried to figure it out, and I was like, I can't figure out where to get it at, which website to use, stuff, and I just gave up. Then I got caught up in my work life, personal life, family, marriage, kids, all this other stuff, doing whatever else, and I ignore the obvious. Yeah, how many times I had to sit here and look at this stuff? I'm like, man, I knew I should have got that. I knew I should have got that. I should have got that. I didn't even see Bitcoin. The reason why I got back, or not reason why, but I ended up buying Litecoin and saw that because I was trying to play poker online, and then I seen that they had Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin as payments. I was like, what the fuck is a Litecoin? And I looked at it, I was like, oh, god damn, are we really this far along in cryptocurrency? I was like, I thought it was just Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum, that's it. And then I seen all these other cryptocurrencies, I was like, whoa. There's a whole fucking market going on. There's tons of shit that be going on that people can make money. Why ain't nobody talking about this? That's what it's about, man. And there are hundreds of others who share similar stories. Think about the people that made money and just kept their mouth shut, right? Because even if I consider say that I invest in cryptocurrency, you actually don't know how much I got. I might be talking. Well, you know I'm not talking shit. I'm not that type of person, but you don't know how much I have, right? And if the price go up, you don't know if I sold ahead of time or what may happen. So all the millionaires out there for crypto, we don't actually know. They're probably keeping their mouth shut. Like smart people. Smart people keep their mouth shut, man. Let's be honest with you. And everybody's trying to share this information. If anything, they're like, nah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. This is for me. Now, if you figure it out and you already know about it, we can talk about it, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to help you out. That's how some people are. And be honest with you, it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Just it is what it is. It says, however, it is still possible to become a millionaire by investing 10,000 in Bitcoin in 2021. The simple answer is no. No, you're not. No. You need a run up. It's too high. It's too high right now. It kind of goes into talk about that. It says second way is buy and hold a digital asset. The next best method is to buy a digital asset to hold it over a long period of time. Holding, it's like I could have literally wrote this article, right? If you have bought, I literally just said most of the stuff. If you have bought Bitcoin in 2015 when it traded around $200, you would currently be enjoying 180 times your initial investment. A great example is 20-year-old Eric Finneman. At the age of 12 in 2011, he received a gift of $1,000 from his grandmother instead of saving the money for college. Finneman bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when it was valued at above $10 to $12. He reportedly owned 446 BTC and was worth $4.5 million as of August 2019. There was a picture of him. It's funny, like, oh, he's a teen billionaire. And, and it makes it seem like, oh, he's really smart. He was, no. It's simple. It's really simple. Then it's having the willpower and the motivation to do what you know is necessary to do in order to make large amounts of money. Because it's simple math. If you have more of a sum of a token in order to get a lot of it, you're gonna have to buy a low price, and you want to buy a low price so it can jump up to a higher price. If I buy a bunch of stuff underneath $1 and it goes to $100, guess what? Bam, you're a millionaire. Right? If you buy 10,000 worth of a certain token and you buy it up under $1, really say you buy it under 20 cents, you're not spending that much money. You might spend a few $100, maybe $1,000. Jumps up to it, bam, simple, millionaire. Now, be careful because you're gonna have to pay taxes on that and stuff like that, depending on how your income bracket is or your taxes are and what you do. But yeah, yeah, that's it's plausible. It's very plausible. But notice that they say digital asset. They're not saying cryptocurrency. You see how they change the tone when they really talk about investing? It says assets because when you invest in assets. You don't invest in currency. You have the FTX of your foreign exchange markets and stuff like that, but that's not the same thing. Uh, fuck. I'm getting a call from somebody. I don't know. Whatever. It says during the same period, Ethereum would have yielded 1,480 times return on investment or return on investment, and Litecoin would have yielded a 71 times return on investment. The same holds for many other digital assets. The key to making 1,000 returns on investment or more in crypto is holding the asset for longer than usual. Oh, you mean actual investing? Sound financial, basic economics, right? Really actually understanding what you're doing as opposed to just throwing money out there like you're gambling. Because you could treat this crypto market like you're gambling, or you could treat it like you're investing in digital assets. Notice the difference. Pay attention to the verbiage and the terminology. Then it has trading crypto, obviously trading crypto, stuff like that. Buying cheaper ones and or buying large ones and trading it for something else or whatever the case may be. I don't do a lot of single day trading. And why am I getting these phone calls right now? Why the hell that just played in my headset too? That was, but the other call, oh whatever. I don't feel like doing that. And then it has crypto mining, which is expensive in itself because you're talking about some of these mining. I think I seen somewhere a mining rig was like $30,000, something like that. Yeah, that's unless you're a business and you're gonna go into mining pools and stuff like that. It's just not cost effective in my mind. That's me personally. I mean, yeah, I get it. You can't make money. I thought about doing it at one point in time, but just the setup you gotta have, and then once again, when you talk about mining, Bitcoin, Ethereum, I think Litecoin is mine as well. I don't know if Dogecoin is mine too, but when you talk about mines and some of these proof of work coins and stuff like that, you really have to sit down and weigh the cost of your utility bills. Having a machine like that, you gotta keep that shit cool, man. And just one of those liquid coolants and stuff, whatever those cooling fans and stuff like that inside your computer, it might not be enough, right? It might not be enough. Then it has cryptocurrency funds, so you're talking about your Grayscale, Bitcoin investment trust, and whatever Bitcoin futures contracts they're trying to have and stuff like that. But the opportunity is now, man. The opportunity is now. The opportunity's been here, but I want to say the opportunity is now because it's easier more than ever. You're not necessarily in the wild wild west. You're not trying to go jump through holes or try to jump through hoops and all the other stuff, trying to figure out exactly how to get your coin and stuff like that. Because one thing they don't really explain: how were you able to get a Bitcoin way back then? Where were you going at? What exchanges were you using and stuff? Right? Because a lot of those things been scammed and stuff, and they went down. So I don't even think I think Coinbase has only been around since like 2015, 16 maybe. So back in 2011, 2012, like that was the thing when I was trying to figure out how to buy Bitcoin. I couldn't figure out where the fuck to get the shit from, and I gave up. I shouldn't have gave up too easily. I shouldn't have gave up too easily. But now it's so easy. We're talking about adoption's not here yet. How's adoption not here yet? You got crypto.com. Let's say you got Uphold. You got all these different exchanges and stuff. You got all these different ads. You got all these grayscale. You got all these future contracts. Not future contracts, but kind of these, these futures trades and stuff where going on with Bitcoin and wherever else. And meanwhile, the market is crashing, and you hear all this negative news stuff like that. They're trying to push all the regular people out. Don't fall for that shit. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Let me see this. I just kind of looked off to the side. Okay, still talk. Okay, so it says how much you need to become a crypto millionaire. You can become a crypto millionaire with $10,000, or it's saying, can you become one? It says, so answer the question says yes, if you manage to find the right cryptocurrency. For example, Verge managed an insane 2,000 times growth in 2017 with Ethereum when Ethereum achieved 165 times return on investment. XRP and NEM, I don't even know what NEM is, both did a combined 120 times in 2019. These are all real crypto projects, not pump and dump schemes. I mean, Ethereum kind of seems like a company and a security, but whatever. But it's now still the time. Now that's what kills me. Now it's still the time for XRP, and you hear people, talk shit about XRP. Oh, the bankers' coins, this and that. I'm sorry. Last time I still checked, bankers still control the world. Where we all despise it or not. And even they are becoming outdated. But guess what? These rise of these financial technology companies, at some point, some of these places are gonna become banks. Some of the exchanges, like a Coinbase, you don't think they're trying to position themselves to become a bank? Ripple, you don't think they're trying to position themselves to become a bank? As they're moving money around and stuff like that, there'll be a new form of bank. You're witnessing a transition into a new form of financial institutions around the world. The monetary system is literally changing in front of our eyes. This is the only time where you can make a bunch of money as a regular person because you are literally an early adopter of something. Don't be that person 10, 15, 20, 50 years from now and be like, damn, I should have got it. Because I'm already that and I'm only 34, right? I'm already that person. I'm already saying, damn, I should have got this early when I knew about it and I didn't. I'm not going to sit here and waste another opportunity like that. I can't. I cannot do that. I'll fail myself, but more importantly, I fail my fucking kids and my future generation through my bloodline. Do not be that person. Think ahead. Think of the future. You don't want to work the way in which you work the rest of your life, but if you can work for yourself by investing and paying attention to these assets and knowing what to get into and knowing when to get out as well, always buy low, sell high. That's all you gotta do. Buy low, sell high. But it sounds it's easier said than done because of the emotion that goes into it. Some people are like, oh man, if I hold on a little bit, no. If I made more than what I had before, I'm good. I'm good. Because you never know how much you will make. You never know how much you can lose either. Unless you pull that trigger when you feel like it's a good time. And the only good time is when you know you bought low and you'll sell high. So if I buy a whole bunch of stuff at 10 cents and then it shoots up to $1, and if I understand the project in which I invested in and what's going on in the partnerships and the organization behind that digital asset, I'll still take some profits and hold on to majority of it. And if it dips, guess what? You buy back into the market because you still are buying lower than what you just recently sold. You just gotta pay attention to what you're doing and focus on it. And this is my contribution. Nobody say I didn't try to help nobody out. Because some of my friends and family were like, oh man, you didn't tell about this. No. I did my part for humanity. I'm wash my hands clean of this. I did my part for humanity. I'm trying to help out the little information I know and share what I learned and stuff. But to each their own. You do your own research, you figure the shit out. But if you want to make money the way Wall Street makes money, we all get pissed off at Wall Street, right? We all get pissed off. Why they making money? Oh, they got all the money and stuff. All these accredited investors or all these private people and stuff. Oh, how these millionaires, these billionaires, these celebrities keep making all their money and stuff, blah, blah. It's not necessarily from their day job. It's from what they own, right? They own 10% of this basketball team. They own 10% in this pizza chain. They own 10% here. They own 10% there. They spread out their portfolio and stuff and they invest and they have assets. This is how you make the money. This is how money is actually really being made. It's not you getting up every day and going to work. Yes, it sucks. But hey, now's your chance to get into the game to make a life-changing situation for you and your generation to come. Now's the time. Like now's the time, man. I don't even like to talk like this because I don't want to seem like it's hoopla or false hope or anything. But it's like the fucking writing's on the wall, literally. Like they're literally writing these articles telling you exactly how to do this stuff and telling you what to do. But it's also a lot of misinformation, disinformation. But if you pay close enough attention and you do your own research and just go along with something that you know that hey, you can back because you can see the issue being done right there, or you can see the issue being brought upon. You can see what actual real world problem and what use case this digital asset has. Something Brad Garnerhouse always talks about. What does this asset? What does the digital asset actually solve? Does it solve a real world problem? Does it have a real world use case? Because that's where the value will come from. Remember, you're just investing in software. You're investing in literal software. That's it. Digital asset is just software. It's just fucking computer code. That's it. That's all you're investing in. But think about if you invest in Microsoft operating system, right? I said, think about if you invested in Apple, right? When it came out, the Apple II and stuff, the Mac II, right? Think about if you was able to invest in Google. Google started as a fucking search engine, just blanket shit. And now they're mapped out the internet and all the other stuff that comes about it. And now they have quantum computers. IBM just said that their first quantum computer outside the United States went live. Oh, I thought quantum computing was far away. Nah. Might want to invest in quantum computers. Think about the things that you can invest in. It doesn't, of course, I like technology, electronics, stuff like that. So this is kind of what I'm already into, anyways. But you know, hell, think about this. Think about this. Hollywood is going down. Maybe some new film companies are coming up or something like that, right? I said banks are going down, and so that maybe you invest in some financial technology companies if you can. I mean, Coinbase went public, valued at like $200. And I think they had a higher value of it. And then the second it came out, it dropped in price. Ripple's gonna go public after they settle their lawsuit. They're not going to trial that shit, man. The lawsuit's gonna be settled. Ignore the fake media and the press. I come to realize fake media exists in all forms. All forms. In everything that you're into. If you're into comic books and video games, stuff like that, and nerdy stuff, guess what? There's fake media stories there. Sports, athletics, there's fake media stories there. Everybody think Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player ever, right? You want to know why? Because the media has told you that. Because Michael Jordan was at high prominence when TVs were more relevant and prevalent. Oh, should I even say that word? Whatever, you know what I mean. There are a lot more TVs in American households and some places around the world when Michael Jordan was in his height of the game. Meanwhile, you know nothing about Will Chamberlain, who's probably, let's be honest, is probably better. Objectively speaking, is better. This fake media all over the place in all these industries stuff, giving out fake news stories intentionally. Whether they're being told to or whether they're just trying to gather up revenue. They'll tell you a crash is coming and they'll tell you a crypto bubble is coming, but they won't tell you that, oh, you can really make a lot of money. Just because the bubble bursts, how you think people make money? Oh, when the housing market crashed, then some people buy houses, right? Pennies on a dollar during the stock market crash in the Great Depression. Then they buy pennies on a dollar stocks and stuff. This is how you make money, man. This is how you make money. You don't panic. You don't panic. You don't panic. You keep your emotions in check and you use your logical brain to figure out, all right, there's money to be made here. Because people come out millionaires, if not billionaires. I know I did an episode on the podcast. I forget which number it was, but I was talking about how many people that came out millionaires and billionaires over this past year through the pandemic. Just selling medical fucking supplies because of their company and shit. You can come out on top during a crisis because, let's be honest, I feel like a lot of these crises are manufactured intentionally just to make money. And it's fucked up, but that's how the game goes, man. That's how the game goes. As long as we're playing this game of money, it's always going to be some shady things going on. But that's my own opinion through all this, man. That's my own thoughts on it. You always, do your own research, figure the shit out on your own. You're smart. You're intelligent. You know what to do. You just gotta sit down and do it. If you want to make that life-changing thing, if you want to really make a difference, or financial difference in your life and for the lives of people around you and for the generations to come. As always, check out my blog site, Damien Damien Jackson22.com. Upload links to the podcast and my social media accounts, stuff like that. Blah 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 blah. So until next time.